Christianity saved my life. I've never been popular, and I haven't had necessarily the greatest life ever, and I've gone through some hard times. That's why having a hope and a future and something eternal to look forward to has helped me very, very much. That's why religion has always been an interesting topic to me and why I think it's a very important one. Today I'll be talking about Christianity, the one that I personally believe in. This is not a sermon. This is not an attempt to get anyone to convert. This is purely information based. First, I'll be starting about how Christianity started, then how it spread throughout the world, and then some of the real world impacts that it has had. So I'll start by how it started. So Christianity started in Israel right around 0 AD, right when we turned from BC to AD. It starts with Jesus, who is the proclaimed Son of God, living throughout his life, who ends up being crucified for blasphemy, which is essentially a religious term for saying something that's not true and putting yourself in the place of God. He had 12 disciples. These were the core following and the main spreaders of Christianity in the early days. Now, he did have other disciples. These 12 were just his main group and were kind of the leaders for the others. Now, it is very little doubt that Jesus actually existed, as The Guardian states that there is very little doubt between even modern-day scholars, because even Roman non-Christian scholars mention Jesus. Jewish rabbis who are openly against Jesus even stated his existence. So it is very little doubt that he actually existed and why it gained a following. I won't talk about any of the core principles or teachings. If you want that, you'll have to go look that up yourself. So then I want to talk about the spread. Now, with Christianity, it started in the Roman Empire, which made it a very, very good place for information to spread, as it was the most connected time up to that point. So it kind of spread outward in all directions. Now, you primarily hear about in the Bible the ones to Asia, but still within the Roman Empire. It also spread north into Europe, and also spread a lot into Africa as well. So Christianity is not a white religion. It is very much still a unifying religion, and it actually started in the Middle East, so it's a very Middle Eastern religion. Now, some of the real world impacts that has had is a lot of people don't know that Sir Isaac Newton was actually a devout Christian and had many writings. I was able to find a brief summary of Sir Isaac Newton's view on religion by Stephen E. Jones, and it talks about some of his views on religion. And actually many Renaissance scientists were devout Christians that viewed science as a way to learn about God's creation and to help them get closer to him. Another very important one is actually stated directly in our Declaration of Independence, that we hold to the set of rules to be self-evident that all men created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with a certain unalienable rights. See how it mentions a Creator? And even when it came to the Mayflower, most of the people on the Mayflower were Protestant Christians who were trying to escape persecution from the Catholic Church. So that's very interesting that even the start of America was very Christian oriented. And we know how much of an influence America has had in the world at large. So in conclusion, Christianity is a very interesting religion. Even if you are not interested in religion or anything like that, I would highly recommend looking into it. It is a very interesting topic, and one that even if you don't end up believing, you can apply a lot of the teachings to your life, which we're all looking for better ways to improve ourselves. And I do hope that some will consider the possibility of Christianity, but I wanted this to be a purely informational thing. So with that,